again for dinner for you about that.
Hello, stream.
Hi, stream.
Hello.
We're back with
Check,
D&D.
check, check, check,
It's
check,
been like
check,
what,
check,
3-4 weeks?
Check.
Probably longer.
Check.
No, I think
it's
it's
3 to 4 weeks.
Check.
I know, because I had nothing to do and I've been bored out of my fucking mind for the last 4 weeks.
Shut up, John.
Ugh.
Don't laugh at me. I heard you.
Okay. So, everyone's ready, set,
Debatable.
butt
Sure.
down, beer, or other alcoholic drinks nearby, snacks. Everyone has drained their bladder and or
I
colon.
drained something.
Alright,
A swamp
okay.
by the
Are
swamp.
your phones away, not playing other games?
Sure.
Alright. Only one person here is close enough, and I will sick Dexter upon them.
Oh no.
Casually plays on
he
phone.
doesn't bite. He makes you his bitch.
He'll hug me to death.
He'll
No,
hump
he's
you
gonna
to
hump
death,
you
sir.
to death, John.
Oh, gross.
He's gonna hump you to death.
My way was
So
more
John,
peaceful.
I gotta tell you, this entire time, I stole fucking Henry from you. You literally haven't noticed, and it's been like fucking 5 sessions.
Well, that's depressing.
thought it was
Actually,
quiet.
we haven't had a session in over a month, so.
No, even 5
No,
sessions
Henry,
that we
yeah.
actually had.
I asked where Henry was, and I was told don't worry about it, so I stopped worrying about it.
Yeah, John, don't worry. Okay.
What was that?
Let's do an overview.
Auto host? Oh, okay.
We're gonna do an
Person.
overview of what the last session was.
Last
Traveling.
D&D.
You guys got ambushed by a group of people. There's a large log on fire. You guys fought off 3 of them while Harrison kind of just played with the other one. They both were fascinated with the fire of the
He was
tree.
being
So
a pyrotechnic.
it was weird. Then somebody pushed him into the fire. The bandit, by the way. You guys continued traveling, and Atlas ate a weird block of whatever the hell it is from either a demon, angel, wherever the hell that creepy thing was. Lorax doesn't have an arm anymore. It got separated from his body, and
Totally
everyone.
consensual.
He stole a pendant from somebody, almost choking him, but didn't. And it got absorbed into his chest, and now it's a shiny chest ornament. It's like a piercing that went wrong, and that's now part of your body. And finally, the cream of the crop, the ending of that session was everyone rolled and became gamblers while drinking Harrison's potion. 2 people got the benefit, 2 people got not the benefit. It got actually a bad port, and those was John and Atlas. Atlas became a sadist and will now go out of his way to become a sadist that will do sadistic things. And John, well, when people start talking about things he likes, such as rocks, and I love how vague John's likes are. Rocks. They could be iron, they could just be normal rocks, they could be gemstone rocks. It's like, whatever. It could be any type of rock. And if someone dislikes that rock, he gets heated, and he might start throwing hands at people. So he probably should not go to a dwarven city, but he's gonna be going to a dwarven city because I want to see this shit
Oh God.
happen. Okay, and as you guys drank that last brew, you guys arrived at the city of Barossa. So, because the description of Barossa was never told last time, as you guys looked out over from the forest that you guys were dwelling in to the city of Barossa, you see a very recent battlefield. You see holes that have been blasted from some type of magic, mounds of both rock and bodies piled high. The bodies included humans, demons, undead, even beasts, and other nightmarish creatures that you dare not comprehend. All of this was on fire. So it smelled a lot like shit. and burning flesh. Mostly
But
shit.
Make
mostly
craters
shit.
for you.
So, upon looking at the outside of Barossa, you could tell that it's a stronghold. Thank you, Lars. It is fortified up the anus. Have you guys ever seen World War Z? You know how they did that little stupid thing where it's like, oh, the last person on the council had to do the contingency plan? Yeah, this was that city. It built walls, it reinforced it, it set up traps, it had a lot of people fighting against it, and it looks like it was surviving so far. You are currently outside the city, again, towards the forest, and you haven't stepped foot on said battlefield yet. You were just chilling there with
They're climbing those walls.
each other.
So I made your
Oh.
craters, I made your wall, and I made the forest.
How big
And
are how
that's-
tall are the walls?
Very, very.
Like
Think
the
of
size.
Think of
on
a
World War Z?
fortress. Yeah, like that tall. Like it's pretty damn tall. We're talking
Like that.
like 4 or 5 stories. So
Did I do it?
40, 50 feet. I can't see that.
It says height. Very.
Thank you. Yes, height vary. Yeah. So this is where you left off last time we played. You guys were going to the city of Barossa. Do I know why you guys were going to the city of Barossa? I have no idea. I do remember. Do you guys remember what the main objective of this campaign was?
To find ourselves.
No, you stupid hippie.
Well, to find our characters.
To find our
Yeah.
previous selves.
Yes. Yeah. So just a reminder, the
Cover what was lost.
Well, John was
just
wasn't
a
technically wrong,
reminder,
but-
the last party, the last playthrough of the campaign, your party got sucked into not sucked into, but dropped into a portal leading to who knows where, and you're trying to figure out where they went and to rescue them out of that damned place. That's your objective.
We don't find them. They're all on a fucking.
Beach
all on,
paradise.
Yeah, beach paradise. That's all I was trying to say.
All I could think of is just like
Also,
the planet like Thanos was on, just sitting
Harrison?
there relaxing.
there's one. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
It's been a couple weeks. I had one of these. Calm down, Lorax. Calm down.
Oh god, he's probably stealing more shit from me, like my rocks.
John, your rocks in your pants are too small to take. They won't be worth much.
I'm a woman in this campaign.
I'm about to say we have a problem if John's got rocks.
I mean, do you not have rocks in your pocket though?
He keeps his rocks where the sun don't shine. That way
Yeah.
he gets poison damage.
That way he gets poison damage. Yep.
Okay. Now it's on to you guys. You guys again are outside of the city of Barossa. You do see people manning the walls, and well, what do you want to do?
I'm missing an arm.
You are missing an arm.
I'm gonna look towards Harrison as they're all doing the stuff with the wagon. I'm gonna look at him dead in the eye and say, "You need a hand."
I'm gonna shove his hand into the barrel.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
It's mine now.
I don't have my old
Was
arm.
that a hand just off the battlefield? You just.
Perhaps.
We could probably find Lorax a new arm in here.
Remember, these piles of creatures and stuff are on fire. So
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
go
go
to
to
the
the
nearest
nearest
They
demon
smell
thing.
bad.
Gannifer, I'm gonna look for arm real quick.
No. While you doing that, I'm gonna go find a cool arm. I want to go to the nearest demon thing, fan out the fire, and I'm gonna grab its arm.
roll for it. Roll for not being burned.
Shit's
I'm
gonna
good at
come
this
back to
stuff. I
life
have
and
high intelligence. I know
destroy you.
exactly how to do this. For some reason.
Okay. You grab the arm, yank it off the demon because, well, its body was burning. You grab that arm, and you felt a little skin on your hands burn off a little bit. You know, not a third degree burn, but a 2, which made you yelp. But you definitely have a demon arm now.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not attached to you, but
I'm gonna put it against my stump and see what happens.
are we doing this?
Yes.
Roll for it.
Nat 1.
The
Nat
magic
1.
words.
Nat 1. Come on, Nat 1. I want to see what happens for Nat 1.
I got 2.
That's
Okay.
close enough.
So, this a little description of this arm is after cleaning it up, the bone where your stump would go is still there. So as you try to put it up against your thing, you kind of poked yourself, and now it's just now you just have an arm. Doesn't do anything. That's loosely hanging off because you stabbed yourself with its bone. In other words, you got boned.
Into a wall break.
Yes.
Ayy. Only time that arm will ever work. Ayy.
And then it
And it
falls
just
off.
loosely flops.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What, John?
Nothing.
Yes,
Fucking
I've been
dumb.
holding all this back.
Oh, God.
Arm will literally only work once, and I just used it. Fucking awesome. Look up to the sky. Ayy. Flop.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
I guess we could try to do first about.
I'm just watching this all very confused.
So you're playing on
Edge
your
of the
phone.
battlefield.
I'm gonna flail my stump around. Don't worry about it. It's my
I'm not
loose
a
arm.
doctor.
Oh.
How would that be a doctor, a necromancer? Like what would have to fix that?
A lot of things, John.
Like
If you want me to take a example from the book I'm reading, it's called a flesh mage.
that sounds sketchy and promiscuous.
I mean, it's a plastic surgeon, John. Just with
I had
magic.
a dream that I was eating fried chicken last night. Anyways, I don't know why you saying that reminded me of that,
Just-
but
Okay. Harrison, what are you doing? What are we doing? What's your part?
What is
Who
my
did it?
party doing? I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, dude.
The fuck?
Who are you guys doing?
I ask myself that every time we play.
I don't want to be designated the leader of this crazy ass bullshit.
You know what? I'm gonna try to walk across the battlefield, see what happens. Step onto the battlefield.
Okay.
I hope
Someone
a
across
mine
the gate.
blows him up.
He steps on a cooking pot, Harrison.
Roll for cooking pot.
No
Shut
more cooking
up!
pots.
Shut up, Lorax! I hate you! I was gonna do that to Harrison!
To be honest, Harrison, did Harrison even use that last campaign?
No.
One.
he never
I
got
think
to
he used
use
it once, but it didn't do anything.
I used it once,
Oh, yeah,
but
he
rolled
rolled
a
a
nat
nat
1
one
when I
on
tried
it.
to set it up.
Oh yeah, you tried to assassinate the king.
Okay.
That town.
Okay. So you're gonna stroll up to the gates.
I'm gonna stroll up close enough where I'm not. Mm,
Where are
close
you
enough
strolling?
where they can hear me speak.
Okay. I mean, where on the battlefield are you gonna? Because you could yell.
So, how big is this battlefield exactly?
I mean, you just went right into a crater.
Flaming crater.
Well, that wasn't me moving.
Every 10 feet. It's 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah. It's a very large battlefield.
So I guess right about here.
Okay. As you are walking,
You die.
No.
Campaign over.
I was like, as you're walking, you stop and you're kind of looking around and looking up. A arrow kind of thunks right in front of your foot, and all you hear is, "Don't come any closer, you fiend!"
I ask. I am. a friendly person. I'm just here to trade.
He asks. No. He asks. I am a friendly person. I am here to trade.
I fucked up. Okay. I'm a friendly
Really
person. I'm here to
Harrison.
trade.
I am a
Aye,
friendly
aye.
person. I am here to trade.
And then they
I
yell
am
back,
here to trade.
"Friendly trade? What?"
I'm on a adventure across these lands. I need supplies.
You're way too quiet, man. They definitely cannot hear you.
What?
I'm not gonna.
What?
Damn it! Jennifer, don't do this to me.
Better
Yeah,
watch out. They're gonna
I
start
won't.
speaking to you in French and throwing things at you.
Bonjour, biscuit.
Fetchez la vache!
Did you said that? All I
Biscuit.
thought it was the French people from.
Why
Big
the fuck?
Fun.
Biscuits.
Fetchez la vache!
But
All I thought it was the
How did
French.
you throw bacon?
no,
Guards and
they
Mexicans.
they look at you
Right
and they're like, "How do we know you aren't just a devil in disguise?" As you can see, very recently we've had issues.
I'm gonna yell from behind. He probably is!
And with that,
What's a theme?
I'm gonna turn around and blast him with Eldritch Blast real quick.
Way to solidify your demon, buddy.
I mean, that's a warlock. It's not really a demon, but
No,
I'm not
no,
really
it's
a demon.
they look at you and
What the
they're like,
fuck
"Well,
is happening?
we're okay with letting you in after you and that unknown man over there." Yelling at you, Harrison.
I have a barrel!
Who is
He's-
definitely off his rocker.
Yes, he is psychotic.
No, I'm on a
through-
barrel! Why would I be on a rocker? God, this guy's drunk.
Goes through a screening process.
Along with, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I won't let him in. He's psychotic.
He's like, first off, you have to answer a couple questions, and trust me, I will know if you're lying.
I'm gonna do a
First
jig on
off.
the barrel.
What are you?
The Dragonborn.
Okay, good, because I can't really see. I'm kind of blind. Second thing. Second,
Guy, I do text now.
what do you do?
What do you mean by do?
The fake.
Job.
What do you do? Like, you
Um,
know, do you rant? Do you sing? Do you lay every single dragon you see? Kind of.
I'm
you
a
know.
adventurer.
What type? Do you have a Eldritch Sugar Daddy? Do you have a
You got sugar daddy.
Harrison? I'm gonna need you to stop, please. Mess with your own dice.
I'm a mage. I'm just gonna say I'm a mage because that's gonna be a general type. And it's
Okay.
technically not a lie.
Okay. He's like, okay. The mage. Second thing, how many people in your party are there?
Isn't this the third thing?
Shut up.
One more thing.
There's 4 of us.
Hmm. How many sentient
Oh,
things?
fuck.
I like parties.
Well, there's technically kind of 5. The barrel's kind of living. I don't know what happened with. I enchanted and it became living. It's bizarre.
I'm gonna wave my stump arm around.
And that's pretty much. The barrel speaks every 5 days for about 5 minutes.
All right.
Every day for 5.
Okay. Have all of them come out.
Tell them all to come out.
I'm gonna peer in the hole.
Why? Harrison, get your ass over here. What now, Gandifer? We're all out here.
They all look at the assortment of this party and
Fetchez la vache!
whatever the hell he just said.
Carne asada.
Oh my
Okay.
god. This
If
man
all of
obviously
you
hasn't
are
seen
okay
Monty
with
Python.
the screening process, we will begin.
Fine.
Okay. First off, I'm gonna need to measure all the mages to get in the cage and measure it with this goose here.
You pulling a fucking way back.
No, I'm messing with you.
Meta knowledge!
I'm messing with you. Oh god,
I knew
had to.
where you fucking go when you said
I
the case
had
and you said a goose.
No, the moment
Motherfucker.
Harrison said that, I was like, yes.
Fetch Lavash.
He's like, okay. Well, the first thing is we're going to put you in a room, and you'll stay there, and then the screening process will begin.
Are there white gloves?
Can I turn
Yes.
eventually? Can I turn
Oh no.
Harrison just into a new
You're white.
and just let him get better?
I'm not gonna be white for long, John.
Oh no.
Okay, so as he says, you hear him rumbling or rambling onto someone else. The gate opens just a smidge, just enough to get you guys in, and you are met with a platoon of heavily armed people
Hi.
Just waiting.
I'm gonna pull the hand out of the barrel and wave at him.
I give it Harrison.
I'm gonna look at Harrison and follow his lead.
Really?
I'm gonna wave the
Dude,
stump arm around.
heavily platoon.
They look at each other, and you can hear whispers going from the first group all the way back to what looks like a guy with a huge feather on his head.
I think
Would you be known as
he's the
Macaroni?
leader.
And then he ushers you guys into a room.
As I'm walking past him, I'm gonna try to shake his hand with the dismembered arm.
He's not shaking.
Dick. I'm gonna walk past him.
And as you get ushered into the room, you look back and a kind of like a jail cell door kind of slams shut and locks. Then a guard says back, "We'll be back in a couple of minutes."
I'm gonna do the little jail cell thing that they do with the tin can, except I'm gonna use the hand to do it.
It's not gonna
And
make any
he
sound.
goes back as he did that. He's like, "I'm going to need you guys to unequip all of your armor and
Yep,
weapons
they're
and
doing it.
put them in a corner,
They're doing it.
your own
I
corner.
put my dagger in the corner because that's all I have.
You know, all just we gotta make sure that there's nothing."
I'm gonna stick the hand out through the cell. I'm gonna be like, I won't do it until he shakes the hand. I'm gonna be staring
I'm
at
gonna
the
take
feathered
the
man.
hand from Harrison. I'm just gonna hit him with it.
Are you sure you want to do this? Think wisely.
I'm gonna whack
Roll
him
for
over
it,
the head.
Harrison. Roll for intimidation.
Oof.
No. He looks at you. He's like, "I mean, if you want to get into the city, we could just put you back outside with the things."
I'm gonna use it to stroke my chin.
the fingers work.
Hmm.
Ugh, okay. So are you guys going to comply?
I'm gonna comply. I don't have much in the first place.
I mean, I don't have anything except my handle. I'm gonna hold my handle and say it's just a handle.
That
Okay.
I literally don't have anything but Benry.
Everything
And
you can
John
do
just
is
has
Henry.
rocks.
Yeah, I
John's got rocks.
That's true.
I don't think any of us have weapons
They
besides
just
So-
Atlas.
so
throw
the-
them empty
so
his
they
pockets,
came
he just
in-
flips out, just a whole bunch of rocks just fall onto the floor.
After a few minutes, a couple of people came in that looked like very, very intellectual people. Probably with a tinge of magic for those people who can see magic.
I'm gonna pat one of them on the back with the arm.
They have tinfoil hats.
He literally looked at you, grabbed the arm, took it from you, walked out, threw it outside, changed his gown, and came back in with a pissed off stare.
I'm
That
gonna
was
grab.
my arm!
I'm gonna grab a foot out of my out of the barrel. I'm just gonna go and pat him on the back with it again.
He repeats the process, changing his gown again, coming back in, this time staying very far away from you and making sure you are in his eyesight at all times.
I'm gonna slowly
Good,
walk
good.
towards
While
him.
he's not looking at him, I'm gonna just pat him on the back with my demon arm.
You guys gotta go get us killed in this town.
The guy literally looks at you, takes the demon arm, It says, "I swear to God, this happens one more time. Both of you are going outside."
He's
You're looking
I'll
at me.
just
I
over the
thought you could
wall.
use a hand.
God.
He
damn
looks
it.
at you with like the most disappointed glare and just throws the damn demon arm back outside.
I'm gonna
Changes
do
his
that.
gown again.
I'm just
Look.
sighing in the room, looking.
Changes his gown again, while the guards are kind of have are trying to hide a smirk from him because it was like you got the guards.
When he comes back in, I'm gonna look him. Don't worry, we're disarmed. I'm gonna wave my stump around.
I'm gonna pull out another foot. I don't think you have a leg to stand on right now.
So that's a foot that's not a leg.
I want to reach into Benry and grab out a random hand.
How many do you have in there?
28 feet in hands.
Oh my god.
What is this
And
fucking
they just look
llamas
at
with
you and they're
hats?
like, "We're gonna need you
They're mine.
to put the barrel away and not go near it. All of you guys stand up against the wall and put your belongings on the other side, please."
I'm gonna put the barrel underneath me on the wall. I'm gonna sit on it. This is my only stipulation. It is my barrel.
As long as you don't take anything else out of it. Leave it
Fine.
shut. So they come back in now completely clean with guards, and they start doing checks on you one by one.
Oh,
So
God.
first off, they kind of look in your ears.
How
look
many
at your
times do you want me to
eyes,
cough,
look up your
sir?
nose.
They're their physicians. Oh God.
They kind of they try to check your mouth for anything. They then after they do the usual, they all look at you and they're like, "All right, females over there, males over here. We're gonna need to check your bodies."
They're about to strip searchers.
I'm gonna put the 2 coconuts that I have in my shirt. Oh no! And I'm gonna walk over to the female side.
And a guard grabs you. No, that won't work.
God
No,
damn
no.
it.
So
Hopefully
you guys
nobody
get
has anything in
separated,
prison buckets.
and if you guys comply, are you guys complying? We're doing
lean
this.
towards John. I'm scared.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
scared
100%
of
complying, but I'm doing funny jokes the whole time as it's happening.
We're just gonna comply.
Shoot them shit
Okay.
the whole time.
So as you do that, a doctor of your respected sexuality walks in,
They have
and
to be genderless.
no, a male for one side, a female for the other.
Before they walk in, I'm gonna put the coconuts in my pants. Doctor, I think I have a problem.
He looks at you. You can tell like, underneath his mask, you got him to smirk. You got him to smirk. And then the female just kind of like rolled her eyes and went to their head. So they both ask, like you hear from both of them. They're like basically twins at this point. At the same time, okay, we're gonna need you to strip, and we mean everything.
I'm only wearing like a fucking.
I'm gonna blush, look at her, and say, "At least buy me dinner first."
She rolls her eyes again. She's like, "Please, just drop the clothes."
I start stripping immediately.
I'm gonna start stripping. Well, aren't you aggressive?
Okay.
I'm gonna strip
Now-
and I'm gonna wear my shirt as a hat.
He just looks at you like, whatever.
Isn't Harrison wearing a kilt and nothing else under there?
Don't worry about it.
So in unison they tell you. So out of context, if you have a abnormality on you, such as a current shiny thing embedded in your chest, you have to mention it. Because I can't remember everything.
Gotcha.
So
Uh,
I have a shiny thing in my chest, doctor.
and she's like, I see that.
Yeah. And there's
So
one time I touched a seed, and it just disappeared. I don't know where it went.
was the seed white?
Hi, Preston.
Can I do an insight check? I have no fucking clue.
It was a joke.
I'm not surprised the
I
doctor has
doubt
a
the
question,
joke's
John. It's
okay.
just one hairy nipple he is.
Oh yeah.
So she looks and she looks at both of you, and she's like, okay. So first off, she goes over to John and she's like, "I'm gonna do you a favor." And almost like lightning, you now you don't have a hairy nipple.
Yay!
Ooh.
Like she took what looked like a wiggling thing of slime mixed with honey and just slapped it on there and then ripped it off. Like,
Make a
it
wig
felt
out of it.
like- It hurt.
Ow.
It hurt a lot.
Make a wig out of it.
It'd be funny if it just grew back instantly as well.
Why would I make a wig out of it?
Benry needs a wig.
I'm gonna look in
God.
horror.
And then she comes over to you and she looks at John and she's like, "Well, other than you having some mental problems, you'll be fine. You could dress me."
Hey.
So she then turned a searching
Preston.
eye onto you, Lorax.
I'm gonna cover my breast. No, please.
And she's like, "Don't worry, you're fine." And then she starts looking at your stump and dabbing it with.
I
an
look at
unknown
mine
liquid.
every night.
But she starts dabbing it with liquid, making sure that it was, because you guys kind of cauterized it not too well. So
It doesn't help that I shoved my finger into the wound earlier as well.
yeah,
That punched
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So she started cleaning it up a little bit, dumping unknown agents, took another slimy thing and kind of plopped it on there, and just kind of stayed there, and just stays there now. Then she started poking and prodding at the thing in your chest, and she starts poking at it, and she's looking for, and she's like, "Huh, this is weird. Usually, if something's embedded in the skin, you can see irritation. I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, of course, we're gonna have to bring a specialist to look at it just to make sure it's not some corrupted magical bomb. But yeah, other than that, you can dress up except for your shirt. Don't put on your shirt. You can put on your whatever you call an undergarment for where you're from.
My bandage, bro.
So yeah, but you can't cover up the.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got you.
So she leaves and she's like, "I'm done." And she comes in and sees Harrison with his shirt on his head, and she's like, "You give these people too much leeway." And he's like, "I just can't deal with it. Just let it happen. It's the easiest way to deal with
My
this."
coconut fell off. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
one
she-
coconut rolling
I-
one way and one coconut rolling the other.
She just rolls her eyes like that and just walks out. I'm gonna go get the magic specialist. We have to check the magic device that person has. She's like, "All right." So now you two. First off, Doctor looks at you, John, and's like, "What the?" First off, he's confused on
John.
what you are.
John.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Sorry.
What?
He looks at you, Harrison.
Damn it.
I was looking at John's character, and just questions himself every day, like, "There's something wrong with this man."
I'm gonna put the palm leaves behind me. I'm gonna be like, I'm a peacock.
Are you? You're.
Am I
And he looks at you and he's like,
mentally
"Okay,
stable
I'm gonna
through?
need you guys to strip."
I am. Except for my
Can't wait till you
hat.
Pull props out while you're stripped.
Where are you pulling these props out as well? Are you
Don't
pulling them
worry about it.
I don't care where he's pulling them out, but he's not keeping them. That's for sure.
Pulling him out of his butt.
But
Apparently, Harrison has a prison pocket.
he looks at Harrison and was like, just, oh god, you okay?
I'm just gonna follow the doctor's.
Looks at Harrison. I think you're fine.
I'm gonna pull out one of the vials of blood. Do you need to test me, doctor? Am I okay?
He just looks at you like, "Where are you keeping that? Where are you keeping that?"
I told you he has a prison pocket.
Everything's in my barrel.
He told you not to pull anything out of the
Don't
barrel.
worry about it. He told me
He's
not
like,
to pull feet and hands out of the barrel.
Okay, we gotta. He looks out there. He writes something on a piece of paper and hands it outside, and you see you hear someone go, "Damn it!"
Research.
And then he turns his attention to you, Alice. He looks at you and he's like, "Okay, I don't see anything abnormal." And then he spots it. There's a ominous aura around a part of your body, and he looks at you very concerned and is actually almost kind of like in a panic mode.
He's afraid of your penis.
While he's freaking out over that, I'm gonna be like, okay,
Is it
okay, I'm
freaking out over
sorry.
What I think it is.
I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, the barrel has a monocle, okay?
Hold
It's
on.
nothing to
Can't
freak
find
out
the
about.
message here, Thirsty. Where
So he
fuck
looks
is
at it kind of panicked, and he starts bombarding you with a couple questions. He looks at you. He's like, "Have you been in contact with anything sinister in nature?"
Evil.
Do I count?
No.
He looks at you.
Well,
very
I've
worried.
been with that man. That man is psychotic. As I point to Harrison.
There's a difference between
You're different,
sinister and psychotic.
You sure?
He then looks at you. He's like, "Did you make a deal or something along those lines with something that you didn't understand completely?"
Looks towards Harrison.
Out of context, you might want to try lying here.
No, I made no deal.
Dear?
And he's like, "Dear."
Hello, dear! What can I do for you today? I'm gonna walk around. I'm
Oh,
gonna dance
okay,
with the
did
barrel
you-
again.
Did you eat something weird? Did you? I don't know. Did something stab you? Did this man shove something down your throat? What?
I got a pickle?
I look over. Get the fuck away from me. The only thing I drank weird is his fucking alcohol he made. You might want to investigate that.
He's like, I don't.
Investigate what? I'm perfectly fine.
Okay, so he starts scribbling down notes and stuff like that, and he hands the clipboard outside. He's like, "Okay, you guys can get." He kind of returns to a calm, and he's like, "You guys can get dressed again." And women. By the way, there was no curtain, just so you know.
I regret nothing.
I'm gonna gather my coconuts back up.
And he said, "Okay, you two." So he pointed at Harrison and John. You two can go in the other room. They will escort you to the current buildings. We still need to do a couple more tests. He looks at Lorax. You wait here, and then he looks at you, Atlas. You also wait here. We have to do more tests on you two.
Caca!
And then he escorts the two of you, Harrison and John, out. And that's not John. That's John. Out and escorts you two to a different building.
You knocked me off the barrel, you cunt!
And proceeds to lock you guys back into the room. So
Can I have my hand back?
he threw it outside. You're not getting your hand
It's outside in the battlefield right now.
On the way out, I'm gonna throw him the one hand I was keeping.
Where would you keeping that?
Don't worry about it.
Prison pocket.
So
Lady never reveals her secrets.
Lady never reveals.
so
her
they
secret.
escort you to a room where it's furnished. It's not like they're treating you like a common criminal. It's furnished. The door is still barred and everything like that, and there's still guards around. But it's slightly furnished, and after a while you hear some talks about
That's like a David shot.
they hear talks about someone coming to assist with someone's psychological problems.
He's gonna get pro.
I'm gonna look at John. I think they're coming for you.
I don't want them to
They're gonna
come for
pro
me.
pairs. This is gonna be fun.
Not
Well,
my
then,
rock.
As you guys are now in the room for a couple minutes, you guys can discuss whatever, torment each other, whatever. They come back and they grab with somebody special. He doesn't
Uh-oh.
look special, but you could tell the aura around him is different. He looks at you, Lorax, looks at examines the
back at
thing
him.
on your, looks at the thing on your chest, completely ignores you, just pokes at it a couple times, kind of sticks this random stick to it, and he's like, "No, it's fine." And they usher you out in a very quick fashion over here. Where you
Got
join
poked
the
with a stick.
Oh no.
They then look at you, Atlas, and
Oh dear.
they're like, "You answered no to all these questions. We don't understand, but we're going to either have to try to remove it." But he looks at you with very good, like
God
a
damn
very
it, John.
very great concern,
Um,
and he's like,
it might be
the thing that we're concerned about is there's this very sinister mass that is currently in your
Pelvis.
no
In your
Rectum.
body. We must exercise
Is
the demon.
left
using
currently
ear.
in your stomach,
demon-
Damn it.
and it's kind of just sitting there, and we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what it does, and I'll be frank with you, we have utmost certainty that if we try to remove it, you'll explode.
Remove it.
So we're gonna have to have a we're gonna have to do tests, or you can leave. Up to you.
While he's thinking, I'm gonna walk up to one of the guards. Were they the same ones that were over here? Or are they different guards?
They're the same. They're the same guards.
Fuck. Damn it. Not gonna work then.
Want to toss out a hand from the whatever we're in? Just gonna toss a random hand at them, trying to get their attention.
They're ignoring you.
I'm gonna throw another hand.
They're ignoring you.
I'm gonna reach into the barrel. I'm gonna grab an arm. Throw an arm now.
So he's getting rid of all your shit.
oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to
okay.
one of the guards. You want a coconut?
He looks at you and just completely
how
ignores
much-
you.
What a dick.
Wait. After the guard looks at me, do you want some real coconuts? And then I start shaking my tits.
I'm gonna look towards him, completely fucking concerned and scared, remembering what happened to him.
The guard looks at you, John, with the small finger, kind of telling you to go close to the bars.
All right, I walk over to the bars.
He said,
I
"Put
probably
your
spelled that
put your
word
ear
wrong.
up to the put your ear out here."
Okay. That's what I'm doing.
So he then whispers in your ear, "I'm into men." Then backs off and
Harrison, he said he wants to see your coconuts. Pull out your coconuts.
He said he didn't want my coconuts. What a fucking liar.
I don't have any way.
I'm gonna pull out one of the hands and go, shame, and just point at him. Shame.
I'm gonna reach into the
Shame.
barrel. I'm gonna grab out a bell. I'm gonna start ringing it.
where did the bell come from?
I didn't know I had a bell in there. I'm gonna grab the bell from him. Shame.
No, sinister. I asked how they know it's sinister, just out of curiosity.
The mage looked at you and was, when examining you, we have a way to do a quick, not very accurate, but very quick scan of your body to see if anything's wrong, and usually unknown to very evil things have the same frequency. So
Is there any
we're
way to-
assuming it's evil and moaning.
And moan.
Every
Yeah,
time
but
you
what-
open your
both of
mouth,
those
it's like a
things.
megaphone.
tell if it's sinister or not?
What?
Do they have any more? I asked if they have any way to tell more accurately if it's sinister or not.
They don't, because most of the mysterious items in the world, again, like he's saying, have the same frequency as sinister, unless it's openly good. If it came from like a justice or a god of justice or something like that, there's a different frequency. But something
I want to
as
see if you agree with this.
something as chaotic as the thing in your stomach is very
Chaotic.
He's implying that you're pregnant.
Someone say Slime Jr.
Oh boy.
Oh, señor.
I miss Larry.
Yeah, well.
Larry the leaf ray.
Corona.
I remember my first Corona.
I'm gonna reach in the barrel and grab out a gas mask.
Okay, I swear to God, the next person who reaches into the barrel and pulls out something they don't have will suffer meta damage.
I love it.
The barrel isn't just this omnipotent thing that you just pull out whatever. Next thing you gotta do is for Harrison, he's gonna pull out ED pills for his
I'm gonna
erectile
reach in. I'm gonna
dysfunction.
pull out my dignity. Oh wait.
That never existed.
You leave my penis out of this.
He's coconut.
I was drinking. I was spit everywhere.
Did it? Because he said
Spitters
that
are
most
quitters.
people pull out something that they don't have.
Knowing the Dragonborn religion. He's a Dragonborn god. He's the
I didn't know
Dragonborn's
Hope for Humanity wasn't in there.
Archmage god. So I can lie about that.
Okay,
And he's a neutral god, so
go for it.
I
Lie.
lied to them about telling it about.
Roll for lying.
That one.
I got
Fucking
charisma, so I could use my charisma modifier. I don't even have deception. I don't have deception. Fuck. Can I use charisma still?
You can use half.
That one.
Round up.
That's
So
a
17.
16.
7. Round up, bud.
Yeah, 17. No, whatever you want to.
So you succeeded, and they're like, "Oh, okay, but we're still gonna have to monitor you." And then they produce a. You know what a chastity belt is? Well, imagine that for your stomach.
What?
Like, so he looks at you and he's like,
Cocksock?
this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt probably a lot. And they kind of surround you, kind of hold you, make sure you don't virus. Someone holds your head just in case you
I
go
heard
into a
nothing.
seizure.
Can this get
Someone with-
removed off before they start? Does this get removed off when I want to leave the city?
He's like, yeah, this thing's expensive. Why the hell would I let you take it with you when you leave?
I just wanted to make sure it's gonna hurt a lot more
And
when it comes
so,
off.
yeah, so when you leave, they'll take it off. So he gets there, and somebody with some type of very cold substance, you can't tell because someone's holding your head, looking up at the ceiling, basically makes your whole entire waist numb, and then you feel very piercing pain as this thing apparently had forks on the side of it, and it kind of, to get an internal view, these forks are around his, or close, or around his stomach without piercing anything vital. Very hard to do. That's why they brought in the doctor. And once clamped shut, it will monitor and make sure that whatever's in your stomach, if it does anything negative or leaks anything out, it keeps it inside of you, and also makes an alarm that sounds like a small child screaming in pain.
Yeah, you won't be leaking anymore.
And with that, they're like, okay, you can also go in there. And so they throw you in here.
As I'm kind of in pain still.
Yeah, you're still in pain.
Oh.
They didn't give you anything for it either. It's just
Oh, this is a good thing I did.
Oh, so he
I
just
go
walks in holding
thank
his stomach?
God for Google for this at the last moment because I
Yep.
just looked up DnD chicken foot.
Wait. Fucking Candifer. He just walks in holding his stomach in pain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking falcon punch his stomach.
before you do so, a guard stops and looks at you and says, I swear to God, if you break that device, I will pull it out of your ass.
Do it anyway.
I'm gonna aim for below the belts.
You can roll the hit.
Can I roll the?
No, you're in
Yes.
pain.
I thought you had armor.
I do. I have 10. But as he's doing that, I cast shield, so it's a plus 15. It's a
8.
15 to my armor in total.
Is that Dex or Strength?
Sir, you add your proficiency.
Oh,
So it's
Okay.
10. So apparently you had a nut guard. And dinks
I
off the
cast-
nut guard.
As one of my just random.
he
Cut
rolls,
off.
specifically
I cast
enchants his
shield.
nuts.
No, I cast shield, so it's my AC went up to 15 for that.
Why'd you
So
get
he didn't even hit me. He
Why?
missed completely.
You're in pain. You can't cast. That requires concentration.
And
No, it
plus he dinks off your shit anyway, so it's fine. So after a couple days of isolation to make sure you guys don't have any diseases,
And by the way,
you
that's
guys
12.
are let out into the place. Before letting out, they look at Harrison and said, "You need to stay."
We get to hear Harrison going to the second.
Oh no, they're gonna ravage my coconuts!
I'm gonna
So
reach
you
into
guys,
the
you
barrel
guys,
and
you
shoot
guys
fire.
are free to. You guys are free to go into the city and do whatnot. Harrison, they escort you to a fancy room, and there's a desk in the middle. There's a couple chairs, and then there's a kind of a couch.
I'm gonna build a fort.
And okay, and the man comes in and he said, "Oh, you're building a fort. I see. See." And he sits down. He's got a little clipboard and a little papyrus to write down some notes. He looks at you. He's like, "Did somebody hurt you?"
I'm going to snap his neck.
When Harrison figures out what I'm doing.
Harrison's getting a
There is guards in the room, just so you know.
It's okay, I only rolled an 8 to snap his neck anyway.
So you failed. The guy looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you want a hug?" And he gives you a big ass hug. And I mean, this man, by the way, isn't just some short stock. No, he is 8 feet tall, and his muscles are bigger than your head.
I'm gonna bite him.
He's like, I remember when my dog used to do that. Is that a sign of your affection?
Damn it.
Like, think of it this way. In terms of 7 days to die. 7 days to die? What the fuck?
Must
7
say.
deadly sins. You know that, what's his name?
You're not about to make him Escanor.
He's a he's not as cool, but he's like 3 ticks down. And by
3
ticks, I mean, like,
down.
Well,
Like-
boys,
like
I'm making
several.
a new character because he literally just crushed my body. So,
I mean, he didn't
Rip me.
kill you. He didn't kill you. He just gave you a nice big hug.
I don't think you understand the power of Escanor. Even 3 ticks
I did-
down from Escanor.
No, you meant in size. He doesn't have the strength.
Yeah, no, in size,
Okay.
not strength.
So his
I mean,
muscles
he
are
does
fake.
have muscles. I mean, he does have
So his
muscles.
muscles are fake. Yeah, so he's
Yes.
a bodybuilder.
Yes, he's a bodybuilder,
He's
but,
a
at the same time, he's very gentle. He's a gentle giant.
He's got them
He-
SpongeBob muscle arms.
And then he puts you back inside the fort, and he looks at the guards. He's like, "You can leave now." And the guards are like, "All right." They leave. The moment they shut the door, he's like, "Oh, god damn it, finally." He looks at you. He's like, "To be honest, I was randomly picked for this job. I just like the pay. I don't care.
How much are you getting paid?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I want a
Like,
quarter
we're
of
talk-
it.
You want a quarter of it?
I want a quarter of it.
I mean, I could just plead that you're insane, and they'll just believe me."
Is it pleading if it's true?
He's like, "Yeah, but still, I could just say you're insane. They wouldn't believe you."
I'll give you a pickle. All I want is just a couple of gold. I am a little
Couple of
orphan
gold.
boy.
You're the little orphan boy.
I'm gonna hand him one of my ancient pickles.
He looks at it. He's like, before taking a bite, he looks at you. He's like, so how much gold we talking about here?
How much did they pay you?
That is for me to know and you not to.
Well then, sir, I can't give you this amazing pickle.
And he looks at it. He's like, it's a pickle.
It's not. It's an ancient pickle.
So it's a spoiled pickle.
I'm gonna stare him in the eyes. It's an ancient pickle.
It's been pickling.
Roll
a
for
long
it.
time.
Roll for persuasion.
Watch this be the time I get the fucking knack 20. Okay, good. It's only 7. I knew that one wasn't gonna work.
And he looks at you. He's like, it's an old pickle. It's still just a pickle.
I'm gonna stare at it for a second. I'm gonna take a bite out of it. I see. So,
He's like, you bit the pickle you gave me.
I didn't bite anything. Shut up. I'm gonna wave the pickle in his face as I say it too. How about 20 gold? I give you the rest of this amazing pickle because it tastes great, and I make a beer for you.
He's like, all that for 20 gold? Like, that's very generous of you.
I don't know how much you got paid, and I'm also a kid.
That's true.
How much you got
He looks
paid,
at you.
I'm
He's like,
also a
yeah,
kid.
and you're probably insane too.
Well,
Probably? I'm gonna show him the barrel. I have a barrel with a fucking monocle on it and a cape. What do you want?
He looks at you. He's like, also, if
And it's
you're-
got a
if I
little
want you-
handle.
Also, if I want you to make me a beer, I definitely don't want you to make me in that,
But the flavor?
because yeah, of dead bodies.
Nah, don't worry about it.
No, I'm surprised they let you keep that.
You know what? It happens.
I'm pretty sure they just let you keep that because they didn't want to deal with it.
Jesus.
Do you see these 2 feet right here? They're of a castaway.
Please stop. I don't actually want to do my job. I just want to. Just please. Stop.
just explaining every bright part where you got it.
Okay, how about this? I'll stop talking, but you give me 45 gold instead, and we just pretend this never happened.
He looks at you. He's like, okay. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
I'm gonna need another barrel. I don't have access to another barrel. If you want me to make you that beer, I need another barrel.
He's like, okay. I was talking about the 45 gold, but other than that, is there anything else you need to ask me? I'm pretty well versed with this area, and actually pretty high influence with the government because they believe my job is actually worth something.
Is that a coronavirus joke?
No, it's a
Sounded
therapist
like
joke.
a coronavirus joke.
It's a John. He's talking to a therapist. It's a therapist.
I'm gonna
joke.
stare at him for a second. How much of the ingredients and maybe my own brewing stand could you give me?
He looks at you. He's like, no.
I'll
I was
work
talking
for
about
it.
Normal information, not like I can't.
You
You have to
said
talk to the people here.
I don't want to talk to them. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know, but you could always go talk to people, and they could test your skill, and they could probably hire you. There's brewers in the city. You know how hard it is to keep the morale high when the alcohol is low? It's a very lucrative business at the moment because a lot of people are stressing out, and trust me, alcohol, top notch.
I see. Could you get me in with these people?
I could direct you and sign something and say that it would help with your. I'll just make something up. Daddy issues, if you were.
I'll punch him. Gonna snap his neck.
He's like, I'll make
Aw,
something
he's
up.
giving me a hug.
I'll make something up, saying that you need this to help with this, but you also need to be paid and stuff like that. I can make something up.
Good. Okay.
Mm.
Well, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Well, before you go, he gives you a little bit of money, the 45 that he promised you.
Good.
Don't tell this to anybody. Second thing, he looks at you. He's like, oh wait, you're an orphan. I forgot that you know this place. Walks around, pulls out I guess a city map, very, very badly drawn city map, like hand drawn. He's like, this took me a couple days to make, but we're here. The brewery I want
How
you to go
hand
to
drawn are
is
we talking? Are we
over
talking
here.
like good hand drawn or like
No, we're talking
kindergarten
like
hand drawn?
we're talking like me trying to draw a city.
Sorry, was that my Hofstad voice?
But
Edit damage.
he's like, yeah. So it's pretty crappy drawing, and he's like, yeah, it took me a couple days to make a drawing. I was kind of bored. I was actually had to listen to somebody speak, so I just started drawing. And he's like, this is where you want to go. It's a stand. Its name is called the Tipsy Goat. You'll understand when you get there. And that's where you want to go. Here's the letter. Do not open it. It's already sealed. Do not open it, or he will not believe it's from me. He's very stickler about this.
I see.
And if you need general information, there's a guild over here. There's a general store over here. There's a nice cheap inn over here. There's an orphan place over here, just in case you're He looks at you. Never mind. I'm pretty sure you can get in there pretty unimpeded. And yeah. You could probably find the rest. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else for you that you want to know.
Nope.
No. Okay. And he's like, guards, we're done here. Guards come in like, that was quick. He's like, yeah, we found the root of the problem. So what's the problem? He's a fear of snakes. They look at it like, that's the problem. That's why he's got a barrel full of. He's like, are you the expert here? I didn't think so. Now get out and take him with me before I start having to therapy your ass. And he's like, oh, God, no. Don't want to pay that bill. And they escort you out into the street where hopefully your party's waiting, but they could have won.
As I'm walking with him, I'm be like, how much does he get paid?
And they're like, why?
I just want to know.
Do you think we know? I know the cost. The cost is like 175 gold a session, and the sessions are only like an hour.
I see.
But what he gets paid from the government?
175 gold an hour.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's a kid. He can't do math. But it's funny because I'm pretty sure he uses math to do brewing.
Nah.
I can't do basic math when it doesn't come to alcohol.
So they lead you out into the street and they're like, okay, have fun. Don't get into trouble. And please keep that barrel shut. The last thing I need to do is come in and arrest your ass for showing body parts to people.
Can I do it one more time?
He looks at you, he's like, whatever you pull out there, I will throw outside the gate, so choose wisely.
I'm gonna pull a hand out and go, bye-bye.
He looks at you, he's like, alright, give me the hand now.
I'm gonna hand him the hand.
He's like, okay.
As he
walks
takes
out
it
the
up, I'm gonna
gate.
look at him and be like, I got you to do the handshake anyway. I'm just gonna
He's
walk
like-
away.
He looks at you, he's like, son of a bitch.